players at top form. First point to Seles. She comes out swinging right away from Sarasota. Tom Cook is in the chair for this final.
It's pretty much what we're going to see the whole match, aren't we? Just Monica taking advantage of anything short. She's able to blister the ground strokes.
She can hold her own from back there too, can't she?
Well, they play so similarly. They both love to bang off both sides. We're not going to see either girl come to the net very much. I suppose if we had to pick a weakness on Jennifer Capriati, a side that may tend to let her down a little bit, it might be the forehand side.
Right away, Seles with 2 break points.
15-40.
Called wide, and there, the very early break from Monica Seles. Welcome back, Monica Seles. Betsy, you had a look at her strengths and weaknesses. What do you think about her?
Well, her strengths are for sure her return of serve. She's able to take the ball and just hit winners off of it. Her ground strokes hits both with pace and consistency, and her mental tenacity. That's obviously a huge strength. Weakness, doesn't like to come to the net, and a second serve can be a bit short and a bit light.
We'll see if Jennifer Capriati can attack Monica's serve as her own was attacked just a game ago. What about Jennifer Capriati's strengths and weaknesses?
Well, certainly her self-confidence. She really is playing and it doesn't have anything to lose, and she exudes that. Her return of serve is a strength. She's able to hit winners as well, and ground strokes. Consistent, strong. Weaknesses, can be a bit impatient, doesn't like to come to the net, and there are times she loses some concentration.
Dirty love now from Seles, and that's what she can do so well. Even against a hard hitter like Capriati, she gets a short ball and she just pummels it away.
She likes to stand well inside the baseline so that she can take advantage of some of her winning ground strokes. She takes it early.
That's a beauty. This time, Capriati with the short ball.
Yes, and speaking of moving inside the baseline, you can see she's hit a good shot. She moves well inside, leaving Seles no time to recover.
30-15, and now 40-15. You know, Monica was saying earlier this week that she's getting kind of bored, always practicing the same kind of baseline game she's had. She claims that in 5 or 6 years, she'd want to be a serve and volleyer. And she also says that she's going to try to start hitting one-handed backhand. That was interesting. She said she's tried it in practice, and it's gone quite well.
Well, she certainly got a lot of imagination, and I think she feels...
Yeah, we've seen that in the last month. Second serve. And it is an attackable second serve, as you said, Betsy.
Yeah, I think Jennifer certainly is going to be able to take advantage of that often. Talk about Monica changing her game.
Long, tough points, finally won by Monica Seles. And this is something I think is very, very effective for Seles. You saw in that long point that she tried to change things up against Capriati. To my mind, you don't want to feed this kid pace.
Exactly, and that's the very thing Jennifer thrives on. She loves pace. And Monica has the ability to change it up. She hits the ball with more spin than Capriati.
Love 2 now. Opening set. Again, she tried for a little change-up, didn't she? Of course, when Seles talks about Jennifer, she says, look, I know she likes to hit the ball hard, but so do I. And she doesn't want to abandon her style completely.
And shouldn't. I mean, you go out with your best shot. If that doesn't work, then you look for a way to change.
Nice big first serve, a beefed-up serve for Capriati. In the last couple of months, she's really worked hard to improve it. She can get it over the 100-mile mark consistently now.
She had some big ones at Wimbledon, didn't she? She really credited Tom Gollinson, her coach, for helping her service action. And just another example of the way Monica can change the game up. She looked as though she was going to smack that, and last minute dropped it short.
30-15. Now 40-15. A couple of chances for Jennifer Capriati to get on the board.
40-15.
Broken through, so Jennifer Capriati still down. 2 games to officially just twice. Once last year at the French Open, Seles won that 2-2, and then just a few months ago, the same kind of hard court surface, and it was Seles there, 6-4 in the third. And what a match that was, Betsy. That to me was the best women's match I've seen in all of 1991, and both players were exhausted after it.
Yes, and they certainly had a match full of points, like the long point we saw in the previous game. We're going to see a lot of that. Both girls love to hit off the baseline. They're going to keep the ball going.
In a war of attrition, would you favor Jennifer? Only because Monica's had these shin splint problems.
Well, I think so. Plus the fact she's worked so hard on her condition, and she spent the last month working very hard with Pat Etchenberry from Bollettieri's tennis camp, and she's really that adds so much not only to your physical being but to your confidence level. You know you can hang in there.
She's lost a good deal of weight, in fact, since just a few months ago.
She has. She looks fit. She looks leaner. It'll be interesting to see just where the physical stamina comes in this match. Let's hope they get to that point. talked about Monica possibly, becoming a serve and volley or changing her game. And I practiced with her a bit at the French last year, and she was really doing it in practice. She'd serve and volley, and I was amazed because she certainly never does it in a match.
It's not as though you've never seen that kind of dramatic transformation. Gabriella Sabatini surprised us all last year's semis and finals of the U.S. Open by serving, coming in an awful lot, volleying. She's been doing it ever since. So maybe Monica's looking towards that.
And plus, whenever Monica talks about the change, it's always in reference to a faster surface pre-Wimbledon, which when she was going to play it, she talked about how she was going to serve and volley. Capriati taking advantage. She'll be the one that'll come in on a short ball, just missing wide here.
But still game point for Seles to take a 3-1 lead. Again, a long point won by Seles, taking the air out of the ball as he does. I think Capriati has worked so hard to try not to be fooled by that stuff, and yet it's still a good tactic against her.
It really is, and that's, I think, what we're going to see most of today. Jennifer's going to really have to keep the ball to the corners. Anything up the middle, lacking pace, is going to be eaten up.
Unlucky. So 2 ads dismissed. Back to deuce again. Again, for taking some time in between points. That's another thing that's kind of new to her, to her game. She used to just get on with it, trash through. She knows that this could be a very, very physical match. She's pacing herself better.
Good movement from Capriati, and this is her strength, this two-handed backhand, the one she can nail up the line. You can see she's just inside the baseline, taking time away from Seles.
Get back that break, and pity for Capriati that she really wasn't in a good position for that swing volley, was she?
No, I mean, it was a good idea. She had Monica off the court to move in, but that ball dropped a little low, and a swinging forehand volley is tough as Jennifer's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Capriati, look on.
Stefano and Denise are here. Her younger brother Steven is back home watching on TV.
He's usually around, isn't he?
Sure is. What a pivotal game for both players, but especially Capriati. You don't want to let Seles get on a real run early on in the match. I mean, Jennifer surely knows that.
Makes Jennifer display a lot of her talents, doesn't it? Showing us some quickness, some of the added agility she's had since this last month of work, and a good overhead. That's a shot she doesn't miss much, does she? She has a good overhead.
Fourth deuce in this very vital game. Sometimes the turning point in matches come very, very early.
Jennifer taking her time. Another break point. Let's see what she can do with this one. Well, we said she can be a little impatient. Some errors can pop in there, can creep in, and that's just a time you really don't want to give your opponent a really cheap point.
Deuce number 5. Monica contesting that call, but it really seemed to be right on the line.
Down deep in the corner, it's very hard to tell from our position, and especially from down there, but it looks pretty good. Third break point. And again, a missed return of serve, making life much easier for Monica. Wrong fitting final shot there. You can see the ball's being put just in every corner of the court, and here Monica goes back behind Capriati, who's looking for the ball to come up the line.
So after 3 break-point chances, Capriati now faces another game point. return. 3-1 down. Big one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. That was a real chance for Jennifer to get her teeth and hang in this. She, as you said, she certainly doesn't want to let Monica get too far ahead, because Monica's a player that plays with a lot of confidence, likes to be ahead, and then can just really let it rip. Solid two-handed backhand, Capriati. I think that's one of her big strengths.
That serve called good. I guess Seles contested that a bit as well. First ace of the match from Capriati. And again, she's really learned how to flatten that big one out and crank it.
She certainly has all the physical attributes to be a big server, a good volleyer.
She's not playing a tired game after that last very, very long and difficult one, is she? A very simple service hold so far. Just what Jennifer needs to stay in this match. And there it is, a very easy hold. So Capriati closing the gap to 3-2.